Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new battle report, 40k battle report, and this is going to be the first of 3 games that I played in the tournament, the event Warhammer 40k or 40,000 last weekend. Yes, it was a local tournament, about 24 people, and this was my first game. I was playing with an army of Astra Militarum together with some Dark Angels, and in the first game I played against Wise Cards. So let me just, as this is the first game of the tournament, I will do an introduction of my army. I have made some pictures just before the tournament, so you can see my army, closer picture of my army, and a little bit. I have to say that it's not really a strong army. I will say it's just more a fluff army that I wanted to put together just to try the new formation that is from the, well, not that new, but the formation from Imperial Guard that we can find in the Monka book. So this is the full army, a far picture, and then we go closer. This is going to be my HQ. I will use the formation, and then the command squad is going to be composed by a command squad. It's a full command squad with the three, what's called this, the three advisors. So I'm going to have the master of the fleet, the master of the ordnance, and the astropath. And then I have just the officer with a plasma pistol and power fist. And then I will have a commissar, a lord commissar, together to the command. And the lord commissar, the main function is to give leadership and to pin in place some of the most important units of the army. So here we see another picture. So the idea is this commissar, officer will be able to issue 3 orders per turn, and I will use 3 dice to roll the leadership and discard the highest one. So it's going to be quite easy to issue orders. I shouldn't have a lot of difficulties, and I should use these orders to try to boost my army. And as I said, the Lord Commissar will join most likely the squads of the platoon, of the platoon troops. I want to make a unit of 20 to pick them in place and to make a wall of flesh against some of the enemy units. This is the other command squad. This is the command squad of the platoon, of the top platoons, and I add 1 heavy flamer in that unit. And this is the other command squad, and because I will use a small group of Militarum Tempestus from the same codex, from the Astra Militarum. So this is the command guys of the Militarum Tempestus. And here we see more units of the platoon, the Militarum Tempestus, and at the bottom we can see I will use the formation that I'm using is the one that requires 1 infantry platoon plus at least 1 unit of sentinels, 1 to 3 units of sentinels. So I will use 1 unit of 3 sentinels, armored sentinels with last cannons and cannonettes. This close-up of one of the armored sentinels. This picture is a little bit dark, but it's one of the units. I will have 2 units of Militarum Tempestus, and 2 units of Militarum. One will be with 2 plasmas, 1 unit with 2 flamers, and then the command squad of the Militarum Tempestus with 2 meltaguns. And yeah, and this is then I will explain a little bit here. The troops are going to be composed. The platoon troop is composed of 2 units of 10 guardmen with 2 flamers. Then I will have 1 unit of heavy weapons with missile launchers, 1 unit of special weapons with sniper rifles, and 1 unit of special weapons with demolition bombs. Here we see the other unit of Militarum Tempestus. This is the unit with plasmas. And this is the allies, and the allies I will use Dark Angels. And the Dark Angels are going to be led by a Librarian level 2 telepathy. I will have a unit of 5 Space Marines with a plasma gun and a Razorback with assault cannons. Here again, and then you see at the right there is some bikes. So yeah, this is the Razorback with assault. And these are the bikes. I will use a unit of 6 bikes with 2 grab guns and 1 grab pistol. Here now close up of the bikes. and there we see the heavy weapons team with missile launchers. You can see also here in the picture the astropad and the officer of the fleet, and this lady in the front is the doc of my command squad. More pictures of the different Astra Militarum. And let's go to the first game, and we start with the deployment, and I will explain my enemy army as well in the deployment. So let's say I play against White Scars on the first game, and we have to deploy in diagonal. So here we have 5 objectives, and then there is a assassin Vindicator in the middle. So this assassin Vindicator will shoot to the closest unit each turn, each player turn, and the objective is try to kill him in close combat, and then when he's killed, is acting as a relic, as is going to be one objective, or one of the scoring objectives in the battle. On top of this, we are going to use also the Maelstrom objectives. So each turn we are going to draw 3 objectives, and we can discard 1. And we are going also to count the kill points. So it's a combination of objectives plus kill points in this mission, plus trying to hold the assassin Vindicator that is in the middle of the battle. So as you can see, I deployed, putting my guardsmen quite concentrated in the middle. I try to use the Aegis defense line. I forgot to mention that I have an Aegis defense line on my army. And then in the right flank, I put the bikes. I will try to use the mobility to try to protect this flank together with the Space Marines. So I use one flank to protect with the Space Marines, and the other flank I will try to use the Sentinels to protect the other flank. This is just another picture of my deployment. And here we see a global. So what I have in front, I have a quite a strong White Scar army. The army is composed of have two HQs. We have the Kosaro Khan, and we have a chapter master of the White Scars. Then he has 4 units on Rhinos, 3 are tactical marines, and 1 is a devastator squad on a Rhino. And then he has 2 units of 6 bikes plus an attack bike, and they have a combination of glove weapons and melta weapons. So it's quite strong, very fast. They can scout, they can move additional movement in the shooting phase. So really, it's a very fast army. What they have in front, and yeah, not very sure how to deal with with this army. I think it's one army that is not working very well with the type of army I'm setting up. Yeah, here I make a mistake as well, because he's have 3 land speeders with double heavy flamer, and he's going first. And I forgot that they can scout as well, so they will be in range of the heavy flamer just in the first turn. So here we see a closer of the deployment. Really, he's going to move very aggressively against. And this is the flank with this is the unit that have the 2 characters inside, and this is from the other side. This is my enemy from the other side, where they have the other unit of bikes, and here you hear there is 1 land speeder. So we do the scout move, and as you can see, he really moved very aggressively to the middle of the battle. So he's really getting control of the battlefield very fast. And to be fair, I think I deployed too advanced, knowing the movement of my enemy. Maybe I should be more conservative. But on the other side, there were not too much places. This deployment in diagonal is not helping a lot to the nail flanks. Yeah, it is not the best deployment. On top, I have the forest there just in front of my, in the middle of my deployment zone. So if I deploy behind, then this forest will be disturbing me the full game. But here is very aggressively movement. I just relocate a little bit my bikes and try to use the ruins to have some additional protection. And yeah, this is just before the battle. And we go to the turn 1. I couldn't seize initiative, so he had the initiative of this game. I couldn't seize initiative, so White Scars start. and as expected they move really very aggressively. As you can see in the flank where I have the bikes, they just move on top of my bikes. His bikes just move as much as they can against my line, and all the Space Marines and Rhinos just went very close to my lines and disembarked. The only unit that didn't manage to go at the same speed was one of the tactical marines, because the Rhino get stuck in the terrain. So, and it was not the unit of Devastators. They just moved behind the lines, and yeah, and on the other side, the bikes and the land speeders just move very close to me. Here I see, I did a miscalculation, and you will see in the next turn what I mean. So I was wondering, I was not afraid of the assault, because I know they cannot assault the first turn. So I just wanted him to approach, and then I can use my shooting phase, try to do as much damage as I can, trying to use the cover to survive in the first turn. The problem is that he has a lot of flamers, so we are going to see now that the flamers, he starts flaming all my lines, and he did really huge damage on my units. So here we see more pictures of the close-up. This is just before the shooting. This is the unit that got stuck in the terrain because the Rhino failed the dangerous terrain check. And this is the result after the shooting. As you can see, I lost my sentinels, I lost almost all my Space Marines, most of my units were completely destroyed. I will say that the heavy flamers of the land speeders really make a big damage on my units. He killed, first he started with an ordnance shooting from the chapter master. The ordnance hit my commissar, killing the commissar instantaneously, because I failed all the lookout set rolls. So I failed one or two lookout set rolls, so he died. And then the flamers really devastate my lines. I was not able to make use of the Aegis defense lines to protect my lines. So he really disseminated. I think he killed also my command squad, the main command squad, or did several damage. I think, yeah, in that moment the heavy flamers destroyed most of my most important units. So a lot of damage done from that side. The bikes were also several damage by other shooting. And yeah, and I received really a big amount of damage. And then he, with his rules, he was able to reposition himself or to embark again the Marines back, because he was using one of these special formations of the White Scares that give some special movements to the Space Marines. So really fast. You can see also he also dropped a drop pod just behind my lines. And this drop was, he had some melta guns. The melta guns shoot the back of my sentinels, and my sentinels were damaged and destroyed by that. So another overview, very fast, very aggressive movement, and just destroying my lines in one turn. And here another picture. We have there some of the survivals. This is the demolition team. I still have some of the Space Marines of the unit of 20, but the commissar is not anymore there, so they are not as resilient and as strong as they can be. Mainly I only have the missile launchers, the command squad of the platoon, but I lost the command squad of the army. I lost the two command units that I have. In that game, I decided to keep the Militarum Tempestus in reserve to see if I can use them to hold objectives. I think this was another mistake. I think they work better from on the table from the first turn, and they would have given me some additional power. Although all these heavy flamers really are destroying me. So we go to the turn 1 for the Astra Militarum, and a very tough situation. So in my turn 1, I have 2 times I can score 2 points if I take objective 4, that is just next to the Rhino, where I used to have the Razorback and the bikes. I have to say all my Space Marines were killed in just the first turn. in just the first turn of I lost all the Space Marines, I lost the command squad, I lost the commissar, and I think I lost all my sentinels. So really, I lost almost 50% of my army, if not more. So I only have some and some troops. I still have the demolition bombs. I still have the missile launchers. So my objective is try to use the demolition bombs and the missile launchers to see if I can kill the Rhino, and then try to kill the Space Marines with all the shooting of the guardmen and hold the objective 4 with my snipers to see if this is working. So this was my plan, to try to score. I know that I cannot win this battle, so I just want to scratch as many points as I can until my army is completely obliterated from the table. And was very disappointing. So you can see there, in that I'm in a very strange formation. So I shoot throw the demolition bombs on the Rhino. I didn't manage to destroy the Rhino. I didn't manage to penetrate, in some cases, the armor. I shoot with the 3 missile launches. I didn't manage to kill the Rhino neither. So, and then I had to assault in close combat and use the frag grenades to kill the Rhino. So it was very, very, very disappointing in that case. And of course, I couldn't score the points because he just placed 1 Space Marine within the range, and none of us have objectives secure, so I cannot hold the objective. So yeah, very disappointed on that. So I was not. I think I only scored 1 point because I killed something. I killed the Rhino, and I think I had 1 point if I was killing a vehicle. So this is the only thing that I scored at this moment. I have my army completely destroyed, and here you see that the board is completely controlled by the white scars. So here we have another review at the end of the turn 1. Yeah, and a very desperate situation for the Astra. So we go to the turn 2 for the white scars. And they keep pressing, they keep shooting, and they obliterate most of my units. I think I only have 5 guardsmen surviving, something like that. I only have, at the end of the turn, I only have these guys that you see at the bottom of the picture. These are the only survivals and the things that I have in reserve. So let's see what happens in the next turn. But not much to say. So he just advanced with everything. No more. I don't need more details here. He advanced with everything. He shoot, and the only survivals that were not killed in shooting, they were killed in close combat. Except these guys that they just ran away in the shooting phase, and then when he tried to assault, they regroup. But then he failed the assault on my unit. So this was good because at least I regroup automatically my unit. On the other, on the middle of the battlefield, he assaulted on the Vindicator assassin, and he killed the Vindicator assassin in 1 turn. So there, yeah. So he has all the objectives and he has all the control of the board. Another review. Not much to say in that battle. I think this battle was off from the beginning of the turn 1. Here we have more pictures of the end of the turn 2 for the Space Marines, and we go now to turn 2 for the Astra. So turn 2 for the Astra Militarum. So all my 3 units came from the reserve. Here my objective was try to get objective 4. So this way I move my guardsmen very close to objective 4. I was pondering if I assaulting the Space Marines or trying to shoot him down. I decided that I should be able to shoot at least 5 Space Marines down in 1 round of shooting, because I have the hot shotless guns, I have plasma weapons, I have the melta weapons. The only squad that didn't deploy here was the flamers, that I decided to deploy to threat the unit that was holding the Vindicator. I shoot everything on 5 Space Marines, and I only managed to kill 4. So 1 is surviving, and he was denying me to score again the objective 4. Here we see at the end of my turn, yeah, I have my Astra Militarum and Militarum Tempestus, which is arrived from the reserve. And here is the other unit that I try to deploy them at flamer range from the unit that is holding the relic, that is holding the assassin Vindicare, but they deviate a lot on they scatter a lot, and they end up in the position that you can see. So from the flamer range, I had to be able to shoot the unit of white scars down on the ruins. I just moved to the other ruins. So we go to the turn 3, white scar, and the history here was very short. He put the heavy flamers in range to be able to shoot all my guardsmen, and he completely erased me from the table. So this was really a crushing victory for the white scars. I didn't score any point on this first round, so it was really a very bad start of the tournament. This is what happens when you don't have a really strong list, or when you try to play something that is more fluffy in the tournament, and you fight something that at least that is more strong than you. So a battle is better to forget for my side. Could I do better if I have put the Militarum Tempestums at the beginning from on the battlefield? If I have to deploy more backwards and I'm more conservative, but then if I had done this, I had give up all the objectives. So I don't think I had a lot of choices in that matchup. Maybe if I had seized initiative, I would be able to kill the land speeders. I think that my main objective should be to kill the land speeders. But when he destroyed all my sentinels and the bikes and all my main units in just the first turn, I realized that I didn't have any capacity of fire to destroy these land speeders that were completely obliterating my army. So I have to say that these heavy flamers on land speeders is the thing that really did most of the damage on my lines. So and if you want to see more battle reports and you want to really support me and in order that I can do more videos, or I can go to more tournaments, or I can play more games, I have a Patreon. The Patreon is mainly to help me to support this channel, and the support will be used to do better videos, to improve my quality of the videos, and also to be able to do more battle reports and paint more of the recent miniatures, so product reviews. So it helps. So the money I can get from the Patreon will be dedicated to improve and to make more content for this channel. Although I will keep pushing to have almost a video per day, something like this. And please comment, like if you like it, subscribe if you're not subscribed and you want to see more. Soon I will come with the game 2 and game 3 of this tournament. And thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.